Hello there, this is Will, KMac Vintage. I hope I am on live. Everyone can hear me. I only have Flint right now, so Flint, how is it sounding? Um, it should be going on right now. Is it? I hope so. Anyway, I'll keep on talking until I hear anything different. So, or until I hear anything different. All right, video okay, audio okay. Great, thank you. I'm happy. So today, Friday, November 25th, 2 p.m. Cayman time. It is warm outside. It's hot. Um, to actually help with some of that glare behind me, I did put up those three shutters back, so I have a better video to actually look at because it was way too much sunlight coming in. Anyway, it is what it is, right? Um, what this video series is going to be is I have a SE30 board, and let me show that here. And this board came from a person in the States by the name of Scott. Asked me, came in as a very bad battery bound board. Now, he did clean it before sending it to me. This whole area down here, was all very badly battery bombed. And knowing this board was coming from last time in the States, I went and I pre-ordered a lot of these parts that I could get as I knew to try to use and so forth, so I don't have to move too much. And actually anticipating that this board was going to be in bad shape. And between last night and this morning, I did start working a little bit on it. And I want to switch to microscope view here so that y'all can see what I did and why I am at the conclusion that I'm at with this board. Okay, I did manage to fix a couple traces already. Let me see if I can find them again. Okay, yeah, right here. I have one right here. This one. Um, this one. I fixed coming in this side, going through the via to the other side, and then this side. Now, this via, when I look at the other side, it doesn't go anywhere. It just ends right there. There is no actually trace on the back side of the board. So that's telling me that this is a via that's going to the actually middle of the board. And in this case, it was okay because that copper tubing that's inside the via and the two flanges on each side, you see how this one has a flange? Okay, but there's a copper tubing inside, and on each layer, the same way that it connects here, on each layer, it also connects the same way. Okay, so those connections in between in the different layers, if the copper tubing is gone, the connection is gone, and I can't fix that. I can't. I mean, that's impossible because I don't know how much inside the layer the actual corrosion is gone. I have no way of getting anything in there, and I can't just pour solder in it because solder is not gonna stick. Okay, solder needs some sort of metal. It actually needs the copper or the tin or something, or the gold plated or whatever for it to stick to. And if it doesn't have that, it's not gonna stick and it's not gonna fix the board. So anyway, this case here, I was able to put in solder on each side because the via was still good. Okay, if we move on here, here's another trace that I fixed. This was just a very simple, a straight piece. Okay, but then when I come to like this, okay, here you can see I started fixing this one. Okay, I did put the trace there. I went through the via to the other side. You can see the copper flange on top is missing. Inside there is no copper tubing. That via is gone. There's nothing there. And if I look on the other side, it doesn't go anywhere either. It just stops. I mean, I can show you it. We can go to the other side. I need to focus this. And where are you? Right there. Okay. Okay. You see, it comes to here, and then I have nothing. There is nothing there. There's nothing. There's no flange. There's nothing. There's no copper tubing in there. I have nowhere to secure this wire. Okay, because it's going inside. So I'm like kind of screwed. I can't do nothing there. And the same thing here. See, that one is shot. I have nothing there. These two are shot. This right here, this is where the RTC chip sits, right here. Okay, and these here, this one here especially, this one is shot. I can't do nothing with that. Okay, and when I look, there is no trace coming from this connection, and on the back side there's nothing either. So anything for this board is in the middle. So I can't really do anything there. I can't. I wish I could. But you see, now here too, these two diodes here, this one here, shot. I can't do nothing there because it goes to the other side too. There's nothing there for me to anchor to. Okay, I mean, if I got a flange and that tubing is still in there, then I could do something. You see, here I got some more vias too that are gone. You see, so, and even if there was a trace on the other side that I could anchor to, I mean, it's impossible to know if there is anything in the middle that the board that via connects to. See, so a lot of this here, I can't really do anything with. I wish I could fix it. I really do. I do want to try to save this board, but I think it's shot too much. Too much. So I don't see where I can fix this. I mean, some of these chips I already took off. I checked some of these, and they were okay. Yeah, I checked continuity on all of these here, and they were all okay. Here too, these were all okay. This one here, this is missing here completely, and I don't see a copper tubing in there. Although I do see a small piece of flange, I do see partial tubing still in there, and I do see it on the other side. I do see, so there's probably a flange on the other side, but is there anything in the middle that connects to it? You see, so I don't think I can save this board. I mean, beyond what I see here, there's not much I can do. So, what is my option? What option do I have? Either junk it, which I don't really want to do, because in one, it's a SE30. Two, there is a SE30 reloaded board, and this is mine here. Try to get this in a decent view here. Okay, so this is the whole board. This is a creator of this is actually Doyle. On my last trip up to Florida, before I went, I ordered some of these boards, and I got them when I was in Florida. They actually arrived to the house, and this again was in actually anticipation of this board being bad. I just had that gut feeling it was going to be bad. So you can see how much there is to move. Now, some of these items I do have new that I will put on new, like some of the connectors, some of the bigger pieces I do have. Anything that's a chip that I can socket, I will socket. Okay, like these two here. These two here can get socketed. Um, all of these here, these three and these two are actually already socketed. This one is socketed already. The processor chip is already socketed. So yeah, so I do have quite a bit of work. And so that's what I said. This is going to be a multi-series, multi-project video. It's going to take me some time, and this is not something that will get done quick. The back side of the board, um, I ordered it with already most of the components already on. So any of your diodes, any of your resistors and capacitors are already on there. Some items are not, like the actually line filters, all the L's. I do need to move those over. Okay. And the nice thing with this is that when Boyle made this, Boyle, yeah. Bowl as your computer Inc. This is the board number revision 3. Anyway, the ROM, he made it that it can take a SIM or it can take the chips like actually this. And I've got the sockets. I don't know if I can put them both on at the same time because of how I see this drawn. I may not be able to put them both at the same time. Anyway, so yeah, I do know one thing I have to find already that actually got destroyed in that other board. The actually RTC chip. I do need to find an RTC chip. And I think the crystal that goes here, I need to find. So my option is to transfer stuff over to this board, and as you know, that means I have to unsolder from here and move to the new. So, and there is a method of doing this. I mean, how we do it easily is we do all the small little low items first. Okay, and we leave all the plastic items for last because they can melt, they can get in your way and melt, and the high items. That way, when you're flipping the board over and so forth, it's a bit easier to work on. So I will be doing all the easy items first. So like I'll start off with chips from over here. These here, these actually F258 chips. These should be okay. They're not damaged. I do have a resistor pack here that might be damaged, so I may have to try to find a new one. And just start unsoldering some of these small items and move them over. Like I can unsolder all of these FSG 258s at the same time and put them on. All right, I already have 3 of them off, so there's 3 more to come off, and then I can put those on. I can do some of these other ones. I have new SIM sockets. I don't have the one for the ROM. I don't have the 64, so I will have to try to take this off and actually save this. The actually 64 ones are very difficult to actually find. Flint, I know you sent me a link of some. Yes, the board is the exact same size as the other one, as the original. Okay, so it will go in there. Okay, I do think I do need to snap this piece off here. There's a piece here that I need to snap off, and on this side, and then it will because if I put this like this is the back side of the board. Yeah, you see those 2 pieces there need to actually snap off, and it's made to actually snap off. You see, there's just a little bit on this side and a little bit left on actually this side. Okay, so it will fit in the case. It is in actually exact replica of the board. Okay, so it should. I see my own broadcast message of YouTube showed up. Interesting. Again, I'm new to this broadcasting thing, so it's something different for me. I do, as I said, I do have a lot of the new parts, but they're in a box in a tub down in the underneath table. So I haven't had a chance to go and dig through it yet to see what all components I need. My plan here is to start taking some of these off, and then I can transfer them over to the new board. So that's why you see me here with my hot air station there on my side. Trying to adjust this a bit more so that I can work better down here. And you can still see. Wait a second here, let me adjust this. Alright, so like I said, I'm gonna start taking some of these off that I know I can easily put on. I already took off these three, now I need to take off these three that are over here. Where's my metal shields? Where did I put them? Very fancy metal shields, little blades from a box cutter. Whatever works, right? So my hot air, my goggles. I'm sorry if my head gets in the way, blocks the view, but I'll try not to do that. The aroma of melting flux. Ugh. So this board will become just a scrap. So I'm gonna take off the items. What I'm gonna put on new, I'll just leave on this board. I'm not gonna bother taking them off. Okay, so those three are off. Just checking if these resistor packs are all the same. Yeah, they're all 250s. But I don't want to deal with them yet. I want to go take off these two here. Any questions up there? Blah, blah, blah. They work. I can almost smell it. Yeah. It's nice aroma. I think this tube of flux is empty. Yep, that one empty. That was a donor flux that I got from Mark up in Canada. He sent it to me along with his boards that he sent, that I could try a different flux. So it worked, Mark. It was an okay flux, but don't like the smell of it. Now you may be asking, why am I shielding this plastic to protect it? Well, eventually I may take these off the board. I mean, they can become donor for something else. Although I don't like these because these have the plastic clips. These SIM sockets have the plastic clips. Okay, that's loose. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna loosen for now because I already got 6, 7, 8 chips now to put on. Okay, so What temp is your hot air? My hot air right now is at 475 Celsius, and I'm using about on my dial I have 1 through 8, and I'm using an airflow of about 6. So the max temp of my hot air I think is 500 degrees, and I'm at 475. So sorry, I'm just telling someone else. I'm telling Jake that also sends me boards that I'm live because he just sent me a message. So anyway, yeah, 475 is my airflow. I was doing lower, but it was taking too long. And my iron, I normally have that anywhere from 300 if I need to be delicate. Normally, normal usage is about 320. And then if I have a connection that has that's a lot of copper, a lot of metal, so it will soak up the heat. I may jack it up max at actually 400. Now this is on my soldering iron, okay? If I have some very actually stubborn vias or a very stubborn old solder that is difficult to get out, I'll come up to about 370, 380, maybe even 400. I don't like to use that high temp because it can damage the board very quick. But sometimes you need to. So I do have my actually range that I like to work with. So now I'm gonna grab a little cup like actually this. I do have some alcohol here, and what I want to do. And no, this is not the drinking alcohol. Okay. And what this is for is these chips to go in and soak a little bit, get some of that flux off. Use my brush. This is just to really clean off any gunk and the flux that I've been using. Although I'm going to be using flux again, I don't know, don't ask me. It's just, I don't like that stickiness when I'm working with it. Okay, so basically what I want to do. And be careful how I grab them out of there. I don't want to break the legs, right? I don't have replacements. Some of these I don't have replacements for. Okay, that alcohol can go over there. And yes, it's marked on the board. If I go to my scope view. Uh, I wouldn't taste it. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, you actually drank this type of alcohol? Oh, or you tasted it? Oh, that must have been awful. If anything, I would possibly put some sort of alcohol in this other cup, but because I'm diabetic and I take my medicine, I take pills. I don't, and it's very low actually dosage. I don't need very high dosage. And I'm not an alcohol person. I just don't, and I don't know. It never really enticed me. It never really got to me. So, I drink this. This is iced tea mainly with a little bit of the actually simply made lemonade raspberry juice in it. So it is mainly iced tea. Yeah, American thing. So anyway, so back to this board here now. Okay, now why I took off all of those already. You see how nice and clean this board is. Look how pretty. I mean, this is just beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I mean we can see it says on the board. Okay, so this is RP4. It says it right here. Resistor pack 4. This is where U12 F258 is gonna go. So it's already telling me what's going where. Okay, and if I look at the chip, that's a 258 right there. Okay, so I can go ahead and take off a few if they're all the same or so forth. I can take them off, and I can easily find where they gotta go, but I just don't want to overdo it. I don't want to take too much off. I only want to do what I can for that day. I don't want to leave the stuff all over the place. So why can't I get you straight? So if we were to go and put on one of these F258s, that is straight for me, but for you it's crooked. Okay, so you got a good view there, and I have a good view. But I'm gonna have to turn it because I don't like soldering. I'm gonna be using a lot of drag soldering, so I need to be this way. Okay, so here comes chip number 1, guys, on the new board. Scott, your board is being made, custom made. So, you think I have enough solder to do this with? That's it? Yeah, that's just this one roll. Almost finished. So I put down the flux. I'm gonna get a little bit of solder on my tip because I need to anchor the chip. I'm gonna grab my other tweezers. Now, talking about tweezers, okay? I didn't know this until I bought some good quality tweezers. So I have two here. One is a bit thicker than the other. But look at the interesting thing. You see how this one only opens up so much? I mean, I have no pressure on it right now. My hand is not even on it, okay? You can see, that's it. Now, another pair. I mean, I can't even put it in the view. See how much wider it opens by itself. So I come to find out that they're made that way, that you don't overdo them. So anyway, all right. So here we have the chip. We're gonna and the wider tweezers help me pick up these chips better. Okay, I'm a little bit out of focus here. How's your focus then? Beautiful. Okay, so here we go. I'm lining that up. I'm not too worried about the other legs right now. I just need one. Okay, because now you see, at least I have that anchored, so I can adjust this if I need to. Okay, I can slide it around, and if I slide it too much, I can always come back to that one that I soldered and melt it again, and then that will actually release the tension. Okay. That down. Okay, now I'm going to drag the rest. And for those of you that don't know what drag is, drag soldering. I do need some more flux. I just start up here and I do this. Yeah. Okay, I should have been holding it though, but there we go. That side done. Let's get the other side. We're just gonna drag solder all of those also. There should be enough flux. Even though I don't really need to hold it now, but okay. I don't like that some of that's not going on. I don't think I've enough solder on. Some of these legs are a bit dirty too from the acid and that. I should have cleaned them a bit better. That's why I soaked them in the alcohol, but they seem to still be a bit dirty. Okay. Clean it. We have the first chip on the board. Okay. Sorry, I like to do this. I like to check my work. So I'm gonna touch off the pin. That's all right. Good. Oh, good. That chip is on there. Good. Next. Good view. Any comments here? Scott, you're there. Hey, Scott. I have never seen a board as bad as this board. I had already written it off before communicating with Will for a second option. Yeah, well, your second option is on the way. I mean, for the actually first chip is planted. Yeah, don't forget to smash that like button for me or click on it if you like this, if it's good for you. So let's see how chip number 2 looks. Yeah, looks okay. All right, so let's get some flux down. So like right now, my soldering iron is at the 300 degrees. I think I need to go up a bit. I need some more heat on this. When you're dragging, quicker it melts, the better. So again, we have the chip there. Grab it. I'm gonna anchor it. Can you also? Oh, yeah, your view kind of messed up. Okay, so that side down. Okay. There, and here we go. We're gonna drag it. See how much nicer that one went? How much smoother? Because I made a mistake on the first one, and I don't know who caught it, but when I anchored the legs down, I didn't anchor the opposite side, and when I went to drag, it became loose on me. That's why you saw me this time. I anchored this leg over here also. There we go. We're done. One simple pass. That's all it takes. Clean. Chip 2 is on, Scott. How many more do we gotta go? I know if anyone couldn't save it. I knew if anyone could save it, it would be me. Oh, thank you. And I thought it would be great video. Yes, it is a great series to see because I have not seen anyone make a series yet on these on the transfer of these reloaded. I've seen them. I've seen them. No, I'm not doing this all in one go. I'm gonna spend a couple hours on it today. I may do some more tonight. My plan, Jake, as you know, and Scott and Flint, as you all know, I do have quite a few boards, and most of my boards are from Jake and from a person up in Canada, Mark, that I have right now. Jake got some boards from someone else, and actually someone else out in actually Sweden that I have to work on too. So, and I have a lot of boards of Jake, especially the Apple III that I'm working on. That's a board that belongs to actually Jake, and um, so I do have a lot. And what my plan is that I mean I got 7 days a week, and when I can, I may spend 2 days working on this SE30, and then I may spend a day or two working on the Apple III, and then go to 6100. So I'm kind of fluctuating it around, and I have some of my own things too that I need to do. So if I take one day a week to do actually my own machines, I think I'll be happy, and it will be a better mix of things for me to do it that way. So again, I'm gonna check continuity. A lot of people won't check the continuity, but to me, I want to know that the chip is on good. Okay, we're good. So I do want to split my actually time around, make it a bit easier. Jake, I can't believe you're on. Are you watching from as you work, or they happen to give you the day off to recover from eating that turkey? And yes, I like to be clean. All right, let's get another one of these F258s on here. These F258s manage memory. They're the link between the CPU and the memory. They're like a buffer. Um, this is so cool to see. Yeah, watching at work. Yeah, it is. And this is a nice board. I mean, that gold color really shows up good under the microscope, huh? Okay, this one will go there. Now, another thing I do too, each time I do a chip, I will clean my solder tip, okay? Because with the heat, any old stuff on there becomes brownish and flaky and so forth, and I like to have it clean. So right now, I just want to anchor some points, okay? So again, a little bit of solder. We grab the chip, mix it in this flux. Okay, so you see that side done. I get some more solder. I'll go to the other side. I could do the soldering with actually heat also, but I don't want to go put too much heat on the. Oh shoot! I put some solder there by accident. Okay, I don't want to go. I'll clean that on the when I'm doing the other side. Let's go ahead and get that off of there. I'm gonna try to leave as much of this gold color as pure as possible for you, Scott. Hence why I'm soaking this up. That actually gold color looks real nice. Okay, so hold the chip, and you see I lightly heat up the flux so it becomes clear. That way I can see. And now I'm gonna drag it. Okay, that's it. That side done. Go drag this other side. There we go. That time I felt I needed a second pass. Come on. 3 chips on. Anything question here? Jake will mention this will be a multi-part session. Yes, it will take me days and many hours to do this transfer. Uh, yeah, I do have the original pictures. I mean, I guess I can find them and try to throw them. I'll throw them. I'll get them for another video, Scott. So that way I can show them on there. This focus looks so bad. Okay, so yeah, I still can't imagine how difficult it was to reverse engineer. Yeah, well, the people that reverse engineered this board did a great job, and I thank you. I appreciate it because it allows me to do this work. So, but it is a beautiful board to work on. It's so nice. Really, the first time I've had it under the microscope too. I mean, I got 10 of them, and Jake, you have 2. You see, because I did order 15, and I gave 2 of them to Jake, and I sold 3. So I have 10. I don't think I will be doing 10 reloaded transfers, but you never know. You see how the flux is? It's kind of hard to actually see through it right now. Let me bring this down a bit. Okay. You see how it's hard to actually see through? Now watch this. As soon as I put a little bit of heat on it, see? Look at that. See how it becomes clear? Two legs soldered. Look at this one. Let's just tap it. There we go. We're secure. Now I can drag. But still, even dragging, I'm still going to hold it down. See that bridge formed there? Too much solder. I'm going to turn it because I do better when I use my right hand. I think I have enough solder on it. Okay. Did I do a continuity check on that last one? You already attached some components to that SE30, Jake? Oh my God. You beat me to it. But I guess I couldn't get to it because I was busy fixing your boards. Nah, it's alright. Don't worry. I'm just pulling your leg. I'm just trying to be funny with you. I don't think I checked continuity on that last one. So we'll come back and test them both. Now if you notice, I'm not touching like up here, okay, on the chip, because that's the leg of the chip. What's the point in testing that? What I want to check is how it is connected to the pad. So I either touch it way at the beginning of the pad and then on top of the chip, or if there is a via like this, I can go there, because if I get tone there, I know that I'm good. See, like over here, I can come way over here to these vias. But you gotta check the top of the chip. You gotta check the leg. Okay, that one good. This is the one I didn't check, but this one looks very good. You may not hear the tone, but it is beeping on this side. Okay. Those are good. Let's go attach these other two. That was your few. Yeah, okay. I was just making sure I attached that chip on the right way. I forgot that I twisted the board around. Yeah, I'm cleaning my solder. Tip. Anyone know the score? England and the USA? Oh, you only attached ROM sockets and caps. Oh my God, you went to put on sockets first. Plastic stuff is the last you want to do because they get in the way. They get in the way of your soldering. You want to do low items first, low small items, work your way up in the height. And then the last thing you want to do is the plastic. Okay, so yeah, that's the order you want to make these boards in. 0-0 still? Okay. Well, be interesting. I think that game might be a draw. Holland today was a draw. Then Netherlands, and they played. I forgot who they played. Cameroon. No, yeah, one of those. You have some very sharp gold needle points where each one of them that work well for checking this stuff. Yeah, you know what I do, Flint? I use my meter here, and I will put on one of my clips like actually this, and then I have my actually dental picks. So you see, this is one side of the dental pick, and this is the other side. So I'll just put that on like that. Then I have this very fine point that I can use. You see, because this dental pick will actually conduct. So that's how I do it. That's my easy way around it. Okay, this one on. Again, testing. I'm not in the peak mode. It turned off on me. All right, sorry. Here we go. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. And last one is these F258s. It's right here. I'm already loading my soldering iron with some solder for me to anchor it. I'll do all in one pass. Alright, I want to clear up the flux so I can see it. This chip is a bit dirty. Alright. We will brush that clean good. Hold, drag it again. That's all right, good. I'm just gonna turn this a little bit like this. I can still drag it. I'll get to questions in a minute and watch the comments. Okay. Now guys, how am I gonna clean this? Watch. Lots of flux. Guess what? A little bit of cleaning like actually this. And get the tops. The heat, the flux, and what's the other secret weapon? A little bit of wick. See? Clean. Looks nice. Yeah, yeah, good point. No pun intended. Those chips look really good, nice, shiny. The gold, yeah, they do look on the they do look nice on there. I do gotta say um this is gonna be a nice work. See what I don't like there? You see this piece here? I didn't like that piece jumping out like that. I want to do a little bit better cleaning on this chip. It's still not to my liking. Now I bring out a toothbrush that's a bit more sturdy compared to the others. See what I'm seeing is here a little bit of. All right, let's test continuity, and then we're done with these 6 chips. Just like that, we got 6 chips put on. Good, 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 good. Okay. Chips are all good. If they all work, that's a different story. I can't tell you for sure. Okay. My next two is I have these two for the front here. This is a F240. So let's go like this. See, okay. Okay. This is the F240 chip. You can see the indentation is the circle is up there. So now this chip doesn't have an indentation on it, but it's got the number one pin. Number one pin is going to be up here. So it will sit like this. Okay, so away we go. Flux. Flux. See, and this flux is going to be emptying soon, and I have my new tube ready. So, yes, I'm planning to sit here quite a bit right now. We've been in session almost an hour. Okay. Anchored. I need a little bit more flux on this side. I don't have that much. All right. Okay. Yeah, I know it moved. Yes, I have a bridge there. Okay. Oh, Jake, the order from Jamco has been cleared by customs, but I'm in no rush for it because I don't have the power supply yet to work on the Apple III. Um, I'm thinking the power supply will get cleared tomorrow. So I have no need to go get the Jamco stuff and have it sit here for nothing. So I'll pick everything up tomorrow. Uh-oh, see that? Look. Oh, oh no, it didn't go there, but I don't like how that looks. I don't know if you can see that. Now let me. It looks like it's touching, but really it's not. What happens when you use too much solder? Okay, that looks prettier. I gotta make it look pretty now. Come on. All right. I just didn't like how some of the solder marks looked. It could make a bridge. All right. What were some of the questions here? Where did I leave off? A good point. No pun intended. Can anyone tell me the difference between the SE HD and the SE30? One has the super drive and HDD, and the other has a 1.4 floppy. I have just the SE here. I have the SE super drive. No, I have the SE FDHD, I think it is, or something like that. It says on it. Then I have a SE that is dual floppy. I agree, that makes total sense. Blah blah blah. All right, I'll be back. Gonna go home and watch the rest. Okay, Jake, talk later. So how much RAM can the SCHD take? I don't remember. Okay, I think 16 or 32. Okay. All right, so this chip is good. Let's go on to the next one now. This is the last one I have off the board that I can put on, and then I gotta go take some more off. Okay. All right, let's put this one on. Okay, drag it. Let's go. Here we go. Bridge. All right, now turn it. You notice this one I didn't drag because I find these legs are a bit closer together. So it's easy to make bridges. Clean time. See, like capacitors that are gonna go further up here and that's gonna be like the last, one of the last things that I put on. I mean, I'll put it on before the plastic, but it's like one of the last components because that's all new. I just use a brand new cap kit. Okay. So for example, here now, Flint, I'm gonna use my trick with my with my dental tool, with my pick, because the point is too small. See? See, and now with this wide open, like, we can easily see where these traces go. Like, this one comes way over here. We have continuity. Yay! Got a flash, I'll be back. Okay, thanks. So realistically, a SE30 board swap into SE30 is a good upgrade path, and will the analog board powered on? Yes, the analog board will, because it's the same connector. And a matter of fact, that's how I'm going to be testing it. I don't have an SE30 yet. I don't have one. Mine are. Hold on one second. Okay, I have a Macintosh. I have an SE Super Drive. I have just an SE, and I have a SE. Okay, let's start over. I have an SE Super Drive. Okay, I have an SE with one floppy drive and a hard drive, and then I have an SE with two floppy drives and no SE hard drive. So that's what I have. So I'll be using one of those chassis for me to actually test this board, because I don't have an SE30. I don't have an SE30 chassis, so I have to use that for me to test it. Okay, so we have put back on the 8 items I had off. So now let's go get some more. Okay, I'm just moving things around here so I can put them, bring the board in view and go to my desk view. All right, desk view, here we come. There. Camera, yes, okay. So, the old board. It's getting plundered. It's getting plundered, Scott, if you're still there. It's getting plundered. Okay. I want to get these resistor packs, because then I can finish that section. But I have a lot of plastic here. But let's see what we can do. Okay, they're coming. Now, okay, my logic thinking here, okay, knowing how heat works and how the boards get hot, right? My difficult one is this one in this corner, okay, because I got plastic on both, on actually two sides, and it's also the chip that's got the most damage. All right, now it's hard for you to see. Let me. Okay, the focus is not going to be too good, but as you can see, this chip here is the one I'm talking about. This is the most difficult one, okay? So if I start from here, get this one off, that heat is going to build up, okay? The heat's going to transfer in the middle layers of the board, and it's going to heat up more of the board. So this one will take the most heat to get off. Then this one will take less, and this one should come off pretty quick, okay? So that's my logic thinking here to take these off without melting, because I don't want to melt this plastic. I mean, even though I have some new ones of them for the actually SIM sockets, I don't want to melt it, because I can reuse it. One is off. Sorry if y'all can't see, but I just don't want to send too much heat towards that plastic. See, that one is off. It took a lot less heat. Now this last one. See, it's off already. You see, so the logic thinking, I think, worked. You see, so those, nothing there melted. Nothing there melted. Okay. So let's go put these three on. Now, reason why I want to put them on before I take off more is because I've got more resistor packs here that look the same, and I don't know if the values are the same. So I know these three, the values are the same. So I'm mixing my drink. Ready for a shot? See, so I'm presuming that my logic thinking on that heat system, heat transfer, because you saw how quick that last one came off. And did I melt any of the plastic? Looks like a little bit of mark there, but I think that's more, yeah, that's more flux. That's more from the blade. A bit dirty. Okay, so we're soaking the dirt. Plunder away. There's a lot of corrosion under those sims. Yeah, that's why I will end up taking them off, Scott, but not right now. I mean, that's one of my last things that I would take off anyway. And sockets, I'm not gonna take off. I'll just put on new sockets on the new board, and put the chips in. There's still some things I need to find, Scott, that I haven't been able to find. Like I need a replacement RTC chip. That is the real-time clock. That's that little 8-leg chip that was by this one over here. That was by the battery, the one that took all of the corrosion. And right next to it, there is a crystal. I can't find the new crystal for that yet. So I'll have to see what I can find. Okay, let's take out these resistor packs. Now these aren't really chips. There's no logic in these. These are just actually resistor packs. Okay, so basically this whole chip is like, I think it's a 220 ohm resistor pack. So the current comes in one leg and goes out the other, and the actually resistance is actually applied across it. So that's all that these are. Okay, resistor packs are something used all the time. Instead of having umpteen of those little resistors on the board, they put them inside a chip. Okay, and if you also notice, I'm not grabbing this by the sides of the legs because I don't want to bend or break any legs. Okay, always grab it by the end that doesn't have the legs. I think this one was the bad one that didn't have any legs to begin with, so let's take a look at that one first. I may not be able to use that one. I may have to find a replacement. Any comments here? No, I still remember that taste. Yuck. I missed the part where you were mixing the drink. What's in it? What's inside of that was this is just alcohol. This is just IPA. Now my bottle down here says, because I buy them from a beauty salon store, believe it or not. That's the only place I can find them here with it. And I get it by the gallon, you see. So, and it says 100%. I don't think that is 100%, guys. I don't really think so, but it does have a strong smell with this. Ooh, very strong. But yeah, at a salon supply store, it's like $20 a gallon. Yeah, Cayman prices, welcome to them. So that's all that's in this cup, Scott. It's just alcohol, and I throw the chips in, and just to get the flux and clean them off. Okay, that's all that is. All right, let's go back to the scope view. Let's see. Let's take a look at that one chip that I think is really bad. All right, we got to do a little bit of doctor work here. All right, I'm gonna see what I do with these. Hopefully, I will not fuck it up. All right, so this got a lot of corrosion on it. Okay, it's got quite a bit of corrosion on it. But one of the things I want to do first, these can fit in here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to straighten up some of these. You see what I'm doing? And you also, okay, and then I also need to bend them out a little bit more. Now, all I'm doing is just putting my tweezers between it and the chip and slowly bending it out. Because remember, this chip got a lot of corrosion. It had a lot of corrosion on it. You can still see some of it there. See, it's just flaking off. Okay, now I'm happy with that side. Okay. Yes, flux just on the chip. That's it. Heat. My soldering iron turned off. Hold on. When I do that, let me get a drink. This is a non-alcoholic drink. Uh, okay, what does Scott say? Yeah, the RTC took the brunt of the damage along with that crystal. Yes, it did. The crystal was actually missing. Okay, so now I use some heat. You can see how the heat is just cleaning it. The okay. I'm using the other um, tweezers here because it holds. It gives me more surface to actually hold on. No, I'm just cleaning that with some alcohol. Okay, so I think we're fairly clean with that chip now. How does that look? And I think that's a lot better than it was. Uh, I think it's a lot better. See how those legs sit. I don't want to I don't want to move the legs too much because this chip got the brunt of corrosion. I mean, I remember it from the pictures and it was real bad. And it was the one that sat up here in front. Right here, right next to it was the one that was in that corner that was hard to actually get out. So that's why, and I'm not gonna put it back at the same spot. I'm gonna put another one there. Okay, resistor pack. See something here. I need to check it, make sure. Yeah, okay. All right, so let's put down some flux, and we'll repeat the process over and over and over. The same process. Take off, put on. Take off, put on. Heat up. Can you all see that? Yeah, you can see. Okay, all right. I'm gonna heat up the flux so that it will clear up. Good, good. Those two legs down. I don't have any flux down here. Let me put some. Okay. That's already done. But so that I don't turn around too much, we're gonna do this like this. I just made a mess out of that. Oh, I know why. Because my temperature dropped with my solder, and my finger sometimes hits the buttons and it lowers the temperature. That's what happened there. That's why that thing looks like a disaster. You can't really see it too well, but it's a disaster in between there. Okay, there. See, as soon as my temperature came back up, fixed it up real nice. This one was the one that was originally damaged bad. Try, I hope it works. Side is on. Not the prettiest, but I need to get it on there. Why I wanted to turn this. Because now I got a big bridge right there. I'll come back to that. Let me solder some of these other legs on. My temperature gone down again. Okay, that one good now. Bridge is gone. Okay, all three are on. That's it. That's simple. Uh, let's clean these, and then we will do the continuity check. All right, continuity check time. But for this, I'm gonna zoom out more, so we have a bigger view, and hopefully we can do all at the same time. Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay. That piece of debris on it drove me nuts. So good. Wondering why sometimes you may see me do this, where I'll jump forward to the next one and come back one. is to check to make sure that there is no bridging. See? Now if I go ahead and move my other pointer to here, if there was a bridging between those two pins, I would get continuity right now. I don't have it, so I know there's no bridge. So I check it alone, it's good. I move to the next one, there is no bridge, continuity. There's no bridge, continuity. There's no bridge, continuity. So I try to check a couple things at one time. So you see, that's how make it easier for yourself. Okay, now I gotta move some things around here because I gotta get some more chips off. Guys, those of you that are watching, I mean, if you need to leave or go do something, I mean, you're not locked into this. I am probably gonna be on here for a while. It's only 3:30 here. I may go to like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Flint, I know for you, you're 5 hours ahead. So, but what else is there to watch other than Will working on a circuit board, right? I mean, FIFA is boring. There's not much games going on. There's not much good going on there. What is the score anyway? Anyone know? Yes, there is something. I was watching soldering flow. You can. I mean, I love how solder flows. I got. Let me check something here. eBay, Expedia. Zach has subscribed. Okay, a new person. Something else cleared. That's good. Sorry, I'm just checking some of my messages here. Okay, nothing. Okay. It's still 0-0. Jeez. Anyway, okay. Now let's come back to my desk view. Okay. So we've got this whole section here blank. Here was already blank for me, so that was very helpful. Thanks to the battery bomb. So what do we have left? I don't want to do these big chips yet. I want to try to get some of these smaller things off. So I got 4 right here. I got 3 actually resistor packs that I can try to get off. Then we go on from there. So let's get those off, right? Let's get this one off. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these 3 off. I don't want to take this one off yet because it's the same. Unless I could be sure that they're the same model, they're the same value, then it doesn't matter if I get them mixed up. This is a 112S 0402. Yeah, they're the same. So I can take all 4 of these off. Apologize if my head gets in the way. I am in between some plastic here because there's a socket there. Although I don't care about the sockets, I still want to. Try not to damage them for nothing. I like to use it because I can see better. Okay, this one coming off. Off. Okay, those four are off. All right, Scott. This is mixing the drink. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And now we start it. That's mixing the drink. Jake, boy, that surely didn't take you long to get home today. You'll watch until you drop. Thanks, Flint. So, Flint, Jake that's in here is the one that's got some really nice things. He's got a bunch of actually prototype boards that I may get to work on. I'm not too sure yet. That's up to him. And what we can do with them, what needs to get done. So, he's the one that sent me the Apple III. Then I also have another Apple III coming, my own. But Jake's is an Apple III Plus, mine is an Apple III. But it's the whole case and drive and everything. Plus, I won the auction for a external floppy. Okay. Drink is mixed. Let's take these chips out. We need a good name for this cocktail. I don't know. Come up with a name. You know, all I'm doing with it is actually cleaning chips. So maybe that'll give you an idea of a name. All right. So what do we have on already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We are now going for these other ones. Okay, we have right here, we have 1, 2, 3 resistor packs. The 2 black ones and the brown one. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm pointing at. Yeah. I keep on forgetting that. Okay, so we have. Okay, we have a resistor pack here, black one, resistor pack. This was the orange one. We have a LS30 chip that goes here. Then here we have the other black resistor pack. So, let's go resistor packs. Let's go. Let's go. I can still work with it this way too. I mean, it's a different view. I don't need it so close. I mean, I think y'all can see it better too. Soldering iron turned off. My real drink is almost empty. All right, so soldering iron is on. Clean it. I'm using the black tweezers because they're not so pointy, and sometimes I find that the pointy ones cause damage. I didn't like how that went on. It was too rough. All right, I do need to zoom it in. It's a bit too far for me, so we because the soldering iron tip looks too small. And I need to see better how that's going on. I see, that's right. I don't like how this temp. It dropped on me again. My fingers were touching the buttons and it lowered it. Flux, I don't like, not enough there. When you drag solder, you do need quite a bit of flux because that's what really makes it work nicely. I could use heat, like I said, but I'd rather not use the heat right now. I don't want to damage a brand new board. Alright, we'll check it later. We'll zoom in closer later and check it. Next one. This is the brown, this is the gold colored one. That is probably now brown because of the heat. Heater's about to turn off. That's the warning that it just gave me. What's happening here? We need a good name. The K-Man Classic. Stirred, not shaken. That's not bad. That's pretty good, Scott. I've never owned a external floppy drive. I have external SCSI CD drive, but not the Apple. Not Apple. It's a Yamaha CD drive. Okay. Time to drag. Not that type of drag. Solder drag. There, it went off. I have a bridge. I don't have a bridge now. I did have one. Okay, that went on. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'll come and we'll do the cleaning all in one shot. That's clean. Each one is slowing down the operations. Okay, did all that one in one shot. Nice, sweet. See, getting better, but getting better. Is this the time that I can tell you all that I never picked up a soldering iron before in my life until February this year? Huh? How many of you believe that? But it's the truth. I never really worked on this component stuff at this level until actually this year. And I mean, I've always been in the IT and the tech field, but doing this type of work, this is the first. I just started this year. I just started building my collection this year. I gotta say, I probably already have $20,000 worth of my collection. So I put down those 3 legs. Let's go drag. Beautiful drag. Look at that. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go again. There we go. Sweet. Well, I mean, it's true. I never did this work. I never even looked through a microscope at a circuit board or this or that, or even thought about fixing a trace until February this year. I retired this year. In February was when I retired, and then I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? And I always liked the actually vintage computers. I always liked them, and then I started watching Branca's Creation Channel, Bruce and Joe and Steve, the actually 3 main ones that I watched, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked the work. Um, and then I decided I was like, you know what? I am gonna do this. And I bought my stuff. I started. I spent quite a bit of money on it. I mean, I did buy quite a bit of stuff. I do have a lot here already. I have a bench power. I have tabletop scope. I have a portable scope. I have a hot air. I have a fume extractor. I have solder sucker. I've gone through 2 actually microscopes already. First one, I could not connect the camera to it like I can this one and do as much as I could. But and I bought my machines. They came in and I started fixing and working them, and I liked it. I mean, I actually self-taught myself, and truly, it was not until this year. I mean, it was February this year that I started doing it, and I mean, it makes sense to me. It's common sense. I mean, it's simple enough to, at least for me, I find this very soothing work. I like seeing how the solder flows, like what actually Flint says. Um, I like to take these things that are dead and make them work. What all the chips do and all that, I can't really tell you. I don't know. I don't know but the difference between a LS274 and a LS30 is. I don't know there because I mean there's so many of them. There's so many different types of them and different things that they can do. I know that they're all actually gate chips, in one way or they're buffers or so forth. So anyway, all right, let's go check for continuity now. Let's check this one. So really, I mean, when I tell you it was this year that I started, it was this year. Yeah, I think some of those other retro ones, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like to learn why the thing doesn't work, and I like to be more detailed. I like to be clean. See, like most of them won't go through the trouble of doing what I'm doing right now. They won't check the actual continuity. I mean, yeah, they'll check it when actually something's wrong. See, I mean, I want to check it, make sure I don't have something wrong. Clean up very nicely. Now, I'm still jumping forward one to check for that continuity and that bridging thing. But instead of doing it with the bottom one, I'm doing it with the top one. Okay. I have continuity on all those chips. Those are good. So we had 3, 6, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 chips already moved. Not bad. Not bad. 15. That's pretty good. We may finish by end of the year. Literally. I mean, really, that's not this far this time. Let's see. You're equally as good as some of those other retro repair YouTubers with interesting conversation, and also you explain what you do as you go a true natural. It's just I like to teach others. I like to explain why I'm doing something a certain way and what the benefits are, what the actually drawbacks can be. This is a hobby that is unlimited potential, as it is only limited to what you find interesting. It is an added benefit that you are so meticulous. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I always learn from my father, when you're doing something the first time, do it right. And so, yeah, yeah. It is moving along good. The board is coming along nicely. It's. My father taught me always do it right the first time. It is always cheaper to do it right the first time. So I do it right the first time. Okay, now let's see with this board. There's some things back here, but I really don't want to get to these bigger ones yet because I may socket them. I do have some sockets, so I may end up socketing them, and then that means plastic. So I don't want to touch those yet. I have these here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. 7, 8. I got 8 small things right there. I got 2 chips here that are going to be socketed, so that means plastic again. So those will wait. Got these other 2 over here. I got some more resistor packs here. These, I may socket them because you can socket them. These connectors I have new. Some of these I have new. Okay, this I have new. I think this crystal I have new, and this one. You know what, something, Scott? We may finish this board a lot quicker than you think. Because the fact is that on the bottom side, I don't have to do all of those small little pieces. I mean, if we're this far already, okay, I mean, this is damn good. This is really good if I'm already this far. I mean, it's what board's been the biggest pain in the neck you've encountered? Um, the the ones without actually schematics are hard, okay? Because it's a very and if there's not much documentation on what a chip does, then it becomes very hard for you to um, know where the problem could be laying. I mean, look, a computer is a computer. You've got a processor, you've got a ROM, you got memory, okay? And it's got address lines, it's got data lines, okay? I mean, those are the 2 main actually buses. I mean, those are the 2 main things that are sending things back and forth. Okay, your data lines is data. I mean, that is what goes back and forth to the to the actual chips and back and forth. I mean, to the actual RAM. Your address lines is what really controls everything. Okay, so um, it's your address lines that really communicate between the different chips that send the data back and forth, that tell it what to send back and forth, and actually communicates with them, communicates between the chips and the actual processor. Okay, data lines only carry data. That's it. Okay, now um, there are data line. There are. I mean, remember, a data line is going to be 8 bits that make a byte, and then you've got your 8-bit, 16, and your 32, and your 64-bit. Okay, so I mean and different chips will use different parts of the address lines, well, different chunks of it. Like they may use address line 12 through 12, 12 through actually 18. Okay, that's only six. Well, 12 to actually 19 or 20, whatever. As long as it's got eight. Okay, because eight actually makes a byte. Um, so it is very common sense. I mean, once you understand the concept of it, it's all going to work the same. So knowing what traces go where and for what and actually so forth, that's that's what makes it hard when you don't know. Okay, that's where an actually schematic comes in to actually help you fix it, because then you can see, the pin actually 7 on this chip is supposed to go to pin 3 on this other chip, and you can check for actually continuity and actually figure it out. So the boards, the two VI boards from actually Jake without schematic, those were a bit hard to work on, but common sense made me believe what it was, and I do think I know what the problem is with this other one, Jake. I think I'm gonna swap out that actually aerial chip. I think that chip got damaged too much. Um, then then after that, I would have to say the actually SI board. The SI board, it's very compact, okay, and it's got a lot of stuff on it. So there's not much space between things for you to work on. Um, I do have a lot of other boards here to work on. I mean, I love the older boards because they are tough. They are a beast, and I mean they are dinosaurs. They're rock solid. Newer boards like I bought a 950 that I know doesn't work, a quarter 950, which is very expensive and rare. Um, but the board is big, which is fine, but the traces are so fine. They're so difficult to see on the board too. So I think that board's gonna give me a little bit of trouble to actually work on. I got two 6100s from actually Sweden that came via Jake. Those are gonna be fun to work on. Those are my first power PCs that I'm working on. So they'll be interesting, and I'm pretty sure. I mean, one of them I can see what the problem is already, and I done one video on it already, one or two videos on it, and I'm still doing more. So those are going to be nice to work on. Um, then I have 2 hours already. Nice, great video. Then I have I've worked on two classic twos, and both of them gave me problems with actually traces. And although there is schematics, that was a fun board to work on. The actually classic two was very fun. I'm trying to see what else I have here. I got my 950. I got the two 610s. Um, I have a classic two from Jake. Let me see. What's it? Okay, yeah, those are the two 6100s. I have my own 6100. I got my 950 back there to work on. I got the VX from Jake. So, well, sorry, the actually VI from Jake sitting over here. I still got that to work on. I have a CI. Mark sent me 4 CI boards and 3 CD-ROM drive things. I fixed 3 and 3. I still got one VI board there that won't chime, so I do want to figure out what that is. But so anyway, you can see there's various different boards. I like the ones with actually schematics because I like to I like to read the actually schematic, and again too. Okay, I mean, electronic schematics before February this year, I never read one. I was like, I've seen them. I'm like, okay, that just looks like a map, like you're building a house. Okay, well, this is for actually electronics, and I mean, it's simple to follow. It's all there. I mean, once you get to know them. So I mean, yeah, it's there's a lot to it, but it is fun. Let's see here. What comments? Moving along nicely. What boards have you been being okay? I discussed a good point. Keep fingers crossed that things continue smoothly. 0-0 final USA and England. I told you it was going to be a draw. I told you that game was going to be a draw. I knew it. Oh man, my extra drink finished. I have to go get some more in a bit. Okay, so we're gonna. I want to try to keep on working on some of these small little chips. Okay, so some of these flatter ones. Okay. So let's go ahead and take those off. I have here, oh, there are two diodes there too that need to go on this board. Yeah, two diodes there. I need to be careful with those. Caps, I'm not worried about. I'll take those. I'll put on new ones. There's a line filter. You see, like, I mean, if you come and ask me, what does this chip do? I don't know. But you know what? I'll find out. I'll go jump on the internet and find out and see what it is, if there's anything on there. Zilog 8530 chip. I have no idea what it does. This one says SCSI. So, I mean, it's like, I know that's the glue, what all the glue does. I don't know. This, I know that one. That's your CPU. Okay. So, and I know these are your PAL chips that now I can make new ones with this. I have blanks. Sorry, you can't see. Um, these five up here. Okay. They can be. I have blanks that I can program with the code that has been actually reverse engineered. So I could, if these were damaged, I could make new ones. But since they're not damaged, I'm going to use the same old ones. Okay. So anyway, let's go get these little suckers off. They should pop off pretty quick. So, put on some flux. I think those are all the same. F25, 253, 250. No, they're not all the same. Not all the same. Okay, so we'll do the 253s first. 4 of them. One, two, three, four. Yeah, 4 253s. So we'll take those off first. Any more questions? Thank goodness some are online. Yes, thank goodness some chips and information and the schematics are all online. Some of the older schematics are not online, but I mean, amazingly, the newer Macs, the MacBook Pros, and all that, you can find all for some reason all those are actually online because the guys have them also. Okay, Will, have you found it difficult to find good schematics on some of the older Mac boards? I know there are Bomar copies running around. Yeah, Bomar are out there, and some other ones people have made. Um, some of them may be kind of low quality, very hard to read. I had that problem with the 2CI for the 4100 board, which is different than the 4000 board. And I sent it to Jake, and somehow Jake, I don't know how you did it, or I don't know if you found other schematics or what, but I mean, he gave me back a crystal clear version of the 4100, and that was amazing. A lot of them are actually hand drawn, which is fine. I mean, it's as long as it's legible and you can read it and so forth, it's fine. the Apple III one now. I mean, remember Apple III came out before the stuff before there was AutoCAD. I mean, so the schematics are from Apple originally, and they're actually hand drawn, so you don't have a choice. Um, some things there are no actually schematics. I mean, for a Performa 600 or a VX or a VI, which are all three are the same board and they use the same components, there is no actually schematic, or haven't found it. And some of the newer ones, like a lot of the Power PCs and that, you're not gonna find schematics. Okay, you're not gonna find them. They're not out there. I just don't know where they are. But yeah, and each one is a bit different. I mean, you first gotta analyze it and see, okay, this means this means that, because it could be different meaning. So, anyway, let's see what is the other question. But it feels like Apple tried very hard to keep their stuff out. Yes, Apple tries very hard to keep them out of the public domain. They don't want that stuff out. I mean, even now, even for everything now, they just don't want that stuff to get out. Okay, one is off already. Two is off. Three. They want to go on and take all these other ones off. I mean, they're marked what they are. So four. Okay. Off. Cocktail time. There are SC30 schematics. Yes, I do have. And I think those are computerly done. Those are very well. There's some very good SE30 schematics out there. Um, even in actually color. I think those are the ones I have. I'm not sure. Have you noticed? I specifically did not put those other chips in here because just in case they're not marked correctly. I have them in the order that I took them off. Get it. See them sitting up here? That's the order that I took them off the board. So if anything, if they're not marked, I know what I can do with them. I know where they go. But they should be marked. The actually LSs are always marked. All right, so I'm putting those on the board already. And here we go. We're gonna go solder these next ones. All right, the LSs. Okay, 253. My first 253 is right there. Okay, F253. Sorry. Oh, it's still on. Okay, this time it didn't turn off. Alright, just checking mail for 1 second here. Okay, where am I? Gaming. Solder. Let's go. And Scott, one of the things that with this board, there's quite a lot of things that are actually through hole, like what you can see here. All of these chip sockets, those solder quick. So that's what I'm saying. I may finish this board pretty quick. I may even finish it. I mean, I might have something working one day. I mean, if I can give it a couple hours each day. I mean, you never know. I mean, I have a lot of this stuff new that I don't need to take off. And if the soldering is going this good, I mean, off of the old one, what I need to take off is a 64 pin SIM. I need to take that off. I need to take off the CPU socket. I didn't get one of those. I need to take off the two buttons on the side. So those, I mean, the buttons are easy to take off, but the SIM socket is the one that worries me, and the CPU socket. Okay, one is on. And I see one that some solder went too far. I need that flat. Okay, next one. I like the live video format because it gives me the interaction with the audience, with the people watching, with the audience, with the followers. My temperature dropped. No. Like something is under that chip. So, but a lot of times it's hard to do live at a certain time of the day. But you know what? A live is good. It gets out there. It is recorded. It is still available to watch later on. So no problem, right? flux on this one. My temperature dropped again. My fingers were hitting the buttons. I need to get that Mako or that oh shoot, who is it that makes that again? Jake. Hackle. I need to order that actually Hackle system. And I'll use these smaller ones up in actually Florida. Okay, get the last one on there. This is the last of the 235 or the 253s. I guess, yep. I see my fingers again. Yeah, I gotta. I wouldn't solder well because my fingers hit the temperature again. Drag time. No bridge, no nothing. Get to the other side. There we go. Okay. The next one is a 160. I already threw that into the cocktail cup. So that's been soaking for a bit. Did I say 160 on it? Oh, 166. Yes, it does say 166. All right. And then the one after that is a 393. So say 393 on it. Yeah, throw it in a cup. And the last one is another 393. Yeah, let's throw them all in the cup. The LSs are very well identified, so how many of you think that this board is gonna fire up on the first go? Oh, Hako, yeah, Hako. Will this fire up on the first go? Hmm? I hope so, because the problem solving might be a nightmare. We'll come and clean and do continuity test on all of them at the end. Okay. Let's drag it. Okay, done. Next one. I already put down the flux for the next one because I'm going to do that one too right away. That way, then I just drag everything on one side. Okay. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chips put on. Cleaning time. I love this board, though. It's nice to work on. Oh, the coloring is just so nice too, and the solder just flows to those pads so nicely. Okay, continuity checking. Let me. After this, we gotta take some more things off. So let me move some things around. Bring the meter in. Questions? Anything? It will. Okay. Okay. Let's start from up here. Well, we'll do all one side. I'm not too worried about bridging here. This thing, it's not gonna happen on legs that are like this that are easy to see. That chip's a bit crooked. Oh no, it's crooked. Oh, but that's alright. Uh, Okay. One side, all good. Uh, it will what, Jake? It will fire up on the first go? Are you that good? Or am I that good? Which one is it? Put it this way, I would be really impressed, and I would be amazingly impressed and really, really value my abilities then if it does. See, my biggest worry is, Jake, that this was the first time I ordered boards from actually JCL. I hope I ordered it correctly. I mean, I don't think you can really mess it up. The way Bull made the files and that, it's impossible to mess up. The fact that you see what I'm doing here. This is a security blanket. Okay, all is good. Yeah, I know JLC is solid with the boards and that is, but it's just um, when I was ordering it, there was one capacitor, I think it was, or yeah, one capacitor that they didn't have in stock that the file called for down here on the backside. You see, and I replaced it with a identical spec one. So that's my only worry. I hope it's the right one that I picked. I love this color of the board. It's so nice. Anyway, okay. Next chips. What are we gonna do next? What are we gonna do next? We're gonna keep on going. Keep on going. I'm in the swing of things here, guys. Again, if y'all have to go, go ahead and go. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna keep on working and I'm gonna keep on actually streaming it. So, because I'm in a good swing of things here, and I'm not gonna stop that. None of the stuff I need. Okay, so let's go on. What are we gonna take off now and throw into the? What are we gonna throw into the drink? You know, it's funny. We're talking about giving this a name, right? In my college days, I was a bartender. I am at college clubs around. I went to school. I went to actually university in Tampa, Florida. Um, University of South Florida, right there. So I lived off campus at an apartment. But at night, I worked at the local dive, dump, pickup joint, whatever type bar, club, dance, thing you want to call it. And every night we were packed in there. I made some good money there, boy. Oh, and I had a lot of fun too at the same time. But in bars, where you mix your drink, there's this mat, okay, that you put the cup on, the drink on, and you pour it in there. That mat gets filled up with so much different alcohol. Right? So we had in there at the end of the day the actually mat shots. Okay, and we would take um, like the bar was a square thing right in the middle, and I had like 8 or 10 bartenders working, and eight between 8 to 10, and we would take each one of them of the mats, and each bartender had actually 2 mats, and they would pour all that into a bigger shaker, chill it down with some ice, and we would drink that as a shot at the end of the day when everyone was actually gone. And usually Um, we also had someone that we picked up and that gonna get lucky that night or that day or that morning. Doesn't matter. So that person was also there with us, and oh my God, man, talk about getting trashed off of those things. So yes, in the younger days, I did enjoy my alcohol, but in the older days, no, not as much anymore. Because I realize the feelings, the feeling like crap the next day and sick and this and that and all the money you spend on it is just not worth it. Anyway, Jake, I'm sorry that's not something you want to hear because you're still young, right? Yeah, there might be something bad, something not working right. That might be like some of those that handle the actually memory buffers might be bad. Um, but I'm running out of small chips to take off. I'm running out of those. I mean, I only got two more of those flat ones here, and that's it. Well, I got one there, and these two. These are Q. These are actually transistors. I wonder which ones those are. I may have new ones I can put on. Q1 and Q2. I'll have to look at the actual schematic and see. So I only have three more small chips to take off. Those flat kind. These are the two sound chips. These two Sonys. I'll socket them. These two I'll socket if I can socket them because that's a bit wider than the normal chips. I may not be able to socket everything. So anyway, yeah, we had some good old days of the drinking and that, but yeah, we had the match shot. So maybe this is the chip shot. So all right, let's get these other ones off of here. Let's get the small little one here off. 75, 175, 75, 170. Okay, those two are the same. So I can take those off of there. All right, let's get to it. Jake, if you have a schematic there, I mean, I don't know if you can find it. See if you can find Q1 and Q2. I need to know what type of transistor those are, what their value, what their number is. It should show it on the schematic. It should be like a 1N or a 2N number or something. If I have new, I'd rather put new. In my sample books, I have so many of those. All right, thanks for looking. Okay, those are in the chip shop. Oh, see, some of you may be wondering what I mean by a sample book. Uh, you see this guy here? I have like three of these different ones, and um, this is a size 1206. So surface mount components are gonna be of size 1206. That's the bigger size. So most of these here and the capacitors are gonna be things that look like actually this. But the diodes, the transistors, the ICs, inductors, and LEDs that are also in this binder are going to be more of what I'm looking for. So I'm pretty sure that what is on that board that I need. Resist Q1 and Q2, yes, those are the two locations. It's going to be a transistor. It's going to be one of those things that look like a circle, and it's got three lines going into the circle and an arrow meaning inbound or outbound. Um, so that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the transistor. See, so it's gonna give me a number, something like that. It's not that, no, it's not gonna be a Zener diode. It's not gonna be one of these diodes either. Because these are actually SMD diodes. Just in case that I need them. I mean, I have all different sizes here. Different parts and things that I need to fix these boards. Watch it be, Jake, watch it be the one that I bought that I've been using to fix the HECI boards. The 3904 and 3906. So, okay, let's take these off out of here. I'm really shocked how well this transfer is going. It's going a lot quicker than I thought it would be. I mean, one way that's a good thing. You find anything, Jay? You're probably still looking. Sorry. Okay. Q1 and Q2. Oh, bunch. I think I have a little problem. No identification on what side. That may not matter because there's no. I'm gonna have to zoom in on this chip for a minute, guys. Sorry. I need to see if there's anything on it to identify where pin 1 is. Nice. Okay, so since I have no way of identifying where pin 1 is, 50-50 guess. So if I look at the writing on the other side and place it the same as another chip, Okay, now we're gonna go on like this. That's how I'm gonna do it. Since I don't know. Jake, those two numbers, 3904 and 3906, are the ones that I've been ordering, that I ordered. 3904, I think, was the one I had to order from Mauser that I've been using on the CI boards. And 3906 is right here. Now you see, I have 3904 in here too, right there, 3904. 3906. There they are. Okay. I'll put those on new. Q1 is a 04, Q2 is a 6. Okay. I'll put those on new after I get this chip on, and well, after I get this and the other two. All right, soldering iron, heat up. Come on. We're gonna go to scope view. Sorry, oh sorry, I thought I was in scope view all this time, showing you all that, but I wasn't. Um, okay, so let's get this one on. 2 hours and 43 minutes. I hope I get the orientation of this chip correct, because there's nothing on it to identify it. If there was, I took it off by accident. Okay, it's on. Q1 you say is at 39. Q1 and Q2, there they are. Q1 is at 3904. Okay. See that? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. Q2 is at 3906. See, I've been using these because I already got some of them out, you see? 3. Again, I should put some solder on my tip. Grab this. Alright, come on. Plop it on there. Tap. Come on this side. Tap. On this side. Tap. Okay. That's on. Now let's do chips. Those are just right down. Right here. But I need to turn the board. This is not my angle to work on. Like this. Okay. Flux it. The diodes are on. Well, what location was the chip with no identification? Go back and check my photos to see if I have. Oh, okay. That was the UA9. It says it's a TL071 chip. But still, it's not gonna help me because I'm not gonna be able to. How am I gonna identify it on this end? What is where? I mean, okay. Temperature dropped again. I could tell. Hako, I need you. I need to order my Hako. I need to have it in Florida by the time I go up there. Which I'm going up again on the 19th. So from the 19th, I'll be up there. But I want to try to set up a work area up there too. I don't know if I'll do broadcasting from there, if I'll make videos. I don't know. If I do it, it's just expensive because I gotta have double of everything. You'll see, yeah, you can see. Scott, if you want to know about that chip, it's right behind the big capacitor. It's right behind the actual capacitor, C2. It's on the positive side of the capacitor. Closer to the edge, you'll see the capacitor, then you'll see a chip, and then you'll see two actually transistor, two little black things that have 3 points on it that are soldered. The transistors look like that. Okay, so you got that, you got the chip, and then right there you've got the big actual capacitor. You see it? So that's where that goes. Anyway, okay. So one side of the chips are all done. Look at the other side. Okay. Cleaning time. Check-in, oh, continuity check-in time. Here we go. What chip is this? Which one are you looking at? Okay, looking at that. This one. Okay, is that the chip? Let's check these. These here, there's not much I can check here. All I can check really is this to this, this to this, this to this. Okay, this to this. Yeah, we're all good on those. Okay, we are ready to move some more things. This is going a lot quicker than I anticipated, guys. I am really amazed how quick this is going. All right, let's see here. Yep, U89 found it. Gotta go, but I'll watch the rest later. Okay, Jake, thanks for watching. I'll send you an image on your email. Okay. I really don't know how I'm going to be able to tell on my side with orientation. Ah, some more things from eBay were delivered to the house in Florida. Good. Yeah, you see, that chip really doesn't have any writing on it. I mean, even from the picture you sent, I can't really see anything. And I mean, what I'll do is I'll try to look up what that chip is and what it does, and try to determine from it how I can check and see what pin one is, and then I'll come back and check it on here. But to give you all an idea of how we're doing with this, I mean, this is the board. This is the purple board. So we've already done three, all of these here. We've done these two, done this whole row, this one, these two, and these two chips here. Okay, there are no more of those flat chips. Okay, so where I'm at now is to try to get off some of these other triangle ones. Well, not triangle, squared ones that might go in sockets. You see, but then I need to check my sockets. I need to check and see what sockets I've got that I can put in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 14 pin. Um, big. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's a 12-pin chip. Than a normal chip. It's not wide enough. It's not as wide as a double. What I'm talking about are these two. These two right here. Okay. This is too wide. This is too small. It's not wide enough. I don't like these are so basic generic. No, these are not gonna do it either. I don't even have 24 pin socket. These two I won't be able to actually socket. Okay, I won't be able to socket them. Uh, because I don't want to. I gotta go dig out the sockets for these for me to see what I have. Because I don't want to take chip off and not be able to put on the board right away. I'm gonna do things a little bit out of order here. I'm gonna go ahead and put in some of these sockets. Okay, that way I can get them done. You see, they'll go in nice and neat. Because I don't have much to do on the underside of the board, I can go ahead with these sockets now. What are these chips? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are 8-pin. I know those. 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Here. So I do know I have quite a bit of this. So we're gonna do some sockets. That okay with everyone? If we do the sockets, I think so. We're just moving along. I mean, this thing is. I don't think this thing's gonna take me that long. I mean, it's really coming along good. I'm very happy with how the progress is. Okay, so we're gonna do this big one first. All right, let me zoom out on this. Okay, so what I have here is I have that socket sitting in the board right there. Okay, but I need to flip it over. You're all gonna laugh at me. But I need something to actually hold this in place for me while I flip it over. And one of the best things I found and pink Play-Doh. So I make a little Play-Doh piece, and I don't want to put it in the hole in the holes. And all it is just to hold it for me for a couple seconds. While on the back side, I solder it. Okay, so all I want to do is I'll come in here with my solder. Clean it first. One there. One there. One there. That's enough. Matter of Play-Doh already came off. So yes, Play-Doh. And I can check and see here if it's pushed down good. Yep. Now we go solder the rest. I'm gonna raise it. I'm gonna raise my temperature a little bit. I'm at 320. I'm gonna go to 340. What that will let me do is it will let me solder these quite a bit quicker. That in focus for y'all? Because for me it's okay. Look at how that solder flows. Look. Yep. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. Brush alcohol cleaning. We are nice and clean. Okay. Next one. Let's see here. Let's do these two smaller ones. These here, unfortunately, I can't really do the Play-Doh thing because the holes are too close, and then the Play-Doh will get into those holes. So I just gotta use friction. I hate that. My hand just touches solder hard. So we still have them right there, you see? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. There you go, four rows. So now how I'll do this is, because it's the socket is sitting on the mat and the board is sitting on top of that. If I push down, that's going to push the socket in all the way. Okay, so we'll get that side. And we'll come over here and get this one. Still dirty. The next socket. Oh, yeah, coming along easily, see? There we go. I wonder something. Some of these bigger, longer guys that have been doing these repairs and videos, um, they haven't done. Some of them haven't done a video in a while. They're like, "Oh, I'm working on a secret project. I gotta edit it and do it and this." Wonder if any of them are working on the same thing I'm doing live right here, and they're not gonna be too happy. Anyway, yeah, stupid me. Anyway, Scott, I made one mistake, and I'm not gonna. I may take it back out later. I put this one in backwards. That notch is supposed to be on the other side. It's supposed to be like that. You see, it's supposed to match the notch that's on the screen. Well, that's on the board. No, I haven't bought anything on Black Friday. I bought all my stuff earlier, man. I'm not gonna deal with that crazy stupidity thing. So anyway, this one is on backwards. I may fix it later, but since you're not gonna be removing chips, I don't think you got too much of a worry. The other one is on okay. I had to do it the way I could, right? So I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll take that one off, Scott. And oh, empty. But I have a long piece here, so and I have my other one ready. I'm not running out of solder. Don't worry. Okay, one is in. I would shit my pants if this thing works right out the gate. But I don't know what I'm gonna do about that crystal and that RTC chip I need. Those two things has me a bit worried. Ah, this was flowing so nicely. Okay. Really wonder if any one of them are working on a reloaded board and they're shooting it and edit it and all this and that and then put it out there. I'm not into all that editing. Let's just do the work, right? Let's get it. You put them in all the time backwards. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, maybe some of them are doing it. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. It could be because, like, I mean, Bruce hasn't had a video in a while. And he says he's working on a secret project, on a special project. So, could it be some sort of reloaded board? Huh? I wouldn't be surprised. Guess what? I beat you to it. If it is. It don't matter. I mean, this is all fun for each other. We all support each other. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be in this hobby. So I bought so many blue Ashy Scuzzies from Ashy Joe. Matter of fact, I just bought 6 more. As kits. I buy them as a kit and I put them together. I have one kit here I still need to put together. I was saving it till my microscope came, but I never got back to it. Now I have my microscope. My thing was almost out of solder here. Okay, let's get a new solder thing. Where's the tape? Aye. Let me cut it down. Okay. My new roller solder. Here we go. You may have a couple of SE boards, also battery bomb damage that could be a donor board. Yeah, we need to find a crystal, and I have some crystals. I don't know if it's the right one. Okay, I'll have to check my inventory. Right now my inventory is in a box and a tub, and everything is mixed in together. So I'll try to find that later tonight because I'm gonna need them. I know the RTC chip I don't have, and the donor boards I have use a different RTC chip. I don't think they're all compatible. Okay. Cleaning. Okay, what else can I socket? The RTC chip. That's an 8 leg. I can socket that too. One, two, three of them. That I can socket too. That I can socket. Let me solder this one in first, then I'll show you what I'm thinking. Okay, let's solder that in. That's another socket. Okay. See this guy here? This back here. It's an 8-pin. It's the same. It's the same pattern as the RTC chip. It's exactly the same size and everything. I mean, I already took the 4-pin. I already took the 8-pin socket and put it into this spot back here, and it works. Yeah. So I'm gonna put a chip back there too. I'm gonna put a socket back there. The more I can socket, the easier it's gonna be. Then I still have these other ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exactly. These back here. I don't see why I can't socket them. Trick them more. Let's do these two first, since they're right next to each other. There they are. Yeah, Scott, I'll look a bit later and see what RTC chip is on the SE30. You can check and see. You may have to desolder, send to me. But that means I won't be able to test until I get one. I can check my SEs here, and I have a couple. Take my temperature lowered. No, I don't like how dirty that iron tip is. So out of the World Cup games today, I think 2 of them were a draw, or 3 of them. Holland was a draw. Netherlands, my home country. Well, it's the motherland of my home place. My home place is actually Curacao, off the coast of Venezuela, ABC Islands. But it is a colony or a island that belongs to Holland. That belongs to Netherlands. Holland is a province in Netherlands, so their true name of the country is actually Netherlands. Okay. Holland is the province where Amsterdam is. That's why everyone thinks it's called Holland. The country is called Holland, but it's not. And then I did my other trivia on another video. I don't know who watched it, but Holland is the only country that their national color is not on their flag. If you look at the football team or the soccer team, they wear orange. And orange is the Netherlands' national color. It's not red, it's not white, it's not blue. Those are the colors on the flag. But it's orange. But it's orange because orange is the color of the actually kingdom of the king. So it is named after Wilhelmus um, von Oranje. Okay, Oranje is actually orange in Dutch. So that's how orange is the national color. It's the color of actually royalty. So there's your little trivia. Okay, that's clean. We have that one to clean. 1, 2, 3. Another thing. Okay, all sockets. Let's bring this board out. Let's see where we're at. Here where we are. 3 hours and 30 minutes. Okay. Chips done. They're socket. All these are socketed. So all the sockets that I can put in have been put in. What I need to do now is to try to find my other sockets for these square ones to see which ones can go in a socket. I got 2 more diodes to put up here. Yeah, those are diodes, D1 and D2. More than likely, those are the actually A2 diodes. I'll look at the schematic and see. Crystal goes here. This is see here. Yeah, that's a symbol of a crystal. Not this crystal. But I can do either one. I can do one that's like that or like that. So it's possible that either one can go on. Either a surface mount or a true hole. There's a true hole on the board here, so I'll probably move that. This other bigger one I gotta take off and put here. I don't wanna populate these chips in here yet because before I do that, this is gonna get ultrasonic cleaned before I move those chips that are in sockets over. But anyway, what got before you see here before I was looking at the board here next to the actually RTC is where that Y1 crystal goes. I was looking for one that is posted, but it looks like you can take a surface mount here too. So that may be beneficial that we can do either one. I'll have to see about these ROM things because I think we gotta choose one or the other. Okay, because let's look at the microscope because that gives you a better view. Okay. Okay, you look down here. Okay, so we have a ROM socket right here. Okay, but you can see this line here goes way back there, and It goes underneath. It goes over where the ROM sim socket is. So I don't think I can have both of them on the board. I don't think both of them can be there. You can choose between one or the other type of ROMs that you want to put. Anyway, I'll have to see what we do. Um, so I do think I think I'm gonna see. May have a couple. I don't know who all is watching. I don't have any stats on this. See who's all in here. Um, I don't know how to do that yet on here. All I know is I can see the chat. Participants, toggle timestamp, send feedback, participants. Am I the only one in here? Everyone left me? Anyway, but in either case, I have to do a bathroom run. I have to get a drink. I gotta do something here. So I think I've done quite a bit on this now. I will probably come back with another video live. I'll probably do another live video because it's easier for me. Plus, I like I like the two-way communication. I'm gonna look for some of my sockets and things like that I need, and then come back and we see. Maybe I do some more on this tonight, and we continue there. So, but yes, I think we have good progress. Let me bring this back on the desk view. I think we've made amazing progress with this board. Truly, it may seem like a lot, but it's really not that bad what is left. If I'm going to put in new memory, that's easy enough. Okay, a lot of these in the back here, I have them new, so I'm going to put them in new. So that's not bad either. I think the floppy I have new, SCSI I may have new. I know the power connector I have new. Okay, the caps are easy enough. I'm not to worry about the caps. So I know this one I have new. This, okay, that's the expansion. The ROM I don't have new. Now, you did send me your ROM. All right, Scott, I think you did. Yes. Okay. So it might be. If that ROM sim on your board is damaged, it may be more worthwhile to take these off of this chip, off of this sim, and drop them into the sockets. But I'll have to see what I have on energy socket wise. I know I bought a lot of stuff for this board. Okay, so let me start working on some of that. Let me start going through my box of my goodies, and let me see what I have for this board that we can just put on new instead of having to transfer. But overall, I'm very happy with the progress of this. We got a lot done. All of the flat thin chips are done. The sockets are done. Two of the transistors are on. So we got two HE diodes. I'll figure out what those are. We go on from there. Okay, guys. All right. I'm gonna call it a quits on this broadcast. We've been on for 3 hours and 38 minutes. Not bad time. I did. Oh, okay. You were away for a bit there. I did check one of my SE boards, and it looks like a different revision of the RTC chip. Unfortunately, I also sent you image of the original RTC chip with all the writing on it. Okay, yes, great. That will help me. I do have the original here. It's just in pieces. Well, the actually legs just actually corroded off. I do have it with the information. Let's take a look at it here. All right, hold on. I need to do a little cleaning on it. And I can look on the schematics to it. It will have that on there. And some of the RTCs are interchangeable. Okay, this looks like a something 440004 to something W252KR 924V. Anyway, I'll look it up. I mean, we can find that. That's not a problem to actually find what the original chip is. Yep, looks like we have to choose which ROM sockets we want to use. Well, let me take off the 72. Let me take off the 64 from the other one and see how bad that is. And we can go from there, and I'll see what we can do with that. Okay. But yes, I'm gonna end this for a couple hours. I'm gonna be digging around. Nope, Scott's still here. Gonna head out in a few minutes, but great work. Yeah, I'm gonna end this too, and I'll be back a bit later tonight. I want to find some of my things that I need for this, and then come back to it. I may take some other things off of the. I may go ahead and take off the SE64 pin sim off camera, and a couple other things off of this other board. But overall, it's looking good. I am pleased. This board is nice to work on. Um, and we will continue to see what we can do, okay? All right, folks, thank you for joining me, and thank you for those participating. Flint, okay, I will say goodbye. I'll say good night, and thank you, Will. Very well done. Thank you too, Flint. I know it is late for you too. 6 o'clock for me almost is almost 11 for you, so yeah. Anyway, everyone, have a good evening, good morning, good day, good afternoon, whichever part of the world you're in. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. It would be great. Okay? Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all later. Bye-bye.